So, I want to show you what I got for Christmas from the boys. I got two things from Matthias and I got something from Kyle. He bought the Christmas tree though. So the two things from Matthias, amongst, I think there was something else, but we got this St. Bernard plushie with the little Christmas hat. So during the Christmas holiday season, we'll find room for him on the wall. This I love this. It's dish towels, which is it's supposed to be a kitchen towel, but it's definitely going to get hung up here. All right. Oh, every meal you make, every bite you take, I'll be watching you. And there is Fluffy, and yeah, that's accurate. And in Kyle's card, he actually drew something for me, and you'll see there we've got all three dogs. It's actually a picture that we have. It's actually the full back cover of the book. So you got Fluffy, and then you got Ellie, and then you got Sonia, and he just drew it from hand. He's a really good artist. So that definitely got to get a frame. I think I'll put that up on the recap wall upstairs. Let's do it tonight, Panthers.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panthers fans. So we finally got hockey again. Short break, not too long. Too long for me, right? I like I talked about today in the podcast. I like that every other day. Just keep chunking along like a machine. Now tonight's game, although it's early, it's not quite mid-season. It's still kind of important in the standings. If you look. Again, on the podcast that I did today, I have a members-only podcast. Links are in the description, $3 a month. I spoke today at length about which teams I thought would make the playoffs, which ones would not, and especially in the Eastern Conference, it is just a log jam. All right, you've got New York, you've got Boston, and then you have like 10 other teams that are kind of eyeballing each other in the mirror, and it's just going to be a matter of who wins the head-to-head matchups. And so tonight's a big game. This one, you could look back at the end of the season, a point here, a point there, 4-point swing against the Lightning. This game, at the end of the year, could definitely have an effect on, are we the 2? Are we the 3? Are we 4? Because 4 is likely to get that first-round matchup with Boston. So let's go Panthers tonight. I had not had time to look at the lineups, but my assumption is Bobrovsky is in net. I haven't heard. Usually if somebody important is out, I'll get a bunch of text messages, but I've been kind of busy with some of the other videos I've been doing on the football channel, so haven't had a chance to look at things. What do we need to see from the Panthers tonight? Well, the usual thing, right? And 2 points, but hey, look, this is the first time we're playing Vasilevsky, all right? He's been good, not overly spectacular. I want to see, we've had a tendency in the past to be able to get goals against Vasilevsky. Kachuk, if you're ever going to get rolling, this would be a good game, right? We're not at home, so you got that road thing going on, okay? And this is basically our biggest rival. I know Boston and everything last year, but it's still the Panthers and Lightning that are the biggest rivals in terms of Panthers. This would be the game, Chucky, to get off the schneid. How about a hattie? How about I'd like to throw this hat tonight, Chucky. Let's do it. All right, so 1-0 Panthers after 1. Now, on the stream before the game, somebody asked me what the key to the Panthers winning this game would be. And my response was play a good second period. I'm happy with the score. We look good. We've given up some chances. Bubba cannot praise the goaltender during the game. You guys know that, okay? Second period. We are used to coming in here and it being, it's 1-0 Panthers after 1. Most of the time, it's 1, not 2. We don't get that second goal because the goaltender becomes a brick wall, and then we play a bad second period. So let's not do that tonight, okay? Vasilevsky let one in, and since then, we've had a few good chances, and Tkachuk still just can't. He's like there in front of the net, and he just, the dexterity just doesn't seem to be there. Maybe that's my imagination. I hope I'm wrong. Other than that, we've killed off 2 penalties. Ekblad with the goal. Looks good on the PK. Continue playing the same way, Panthers. All right, so 2-0 Panthers after 2. They did as requested. They did what they needed to do. They did not allow a goal. They got that second goal. We came close to getting the third one a couple times. And once again, as you all know, the rule is, Jaws, shut the hell up. Do not praise the goaltender during the game, so I will not. Now, one thing to talk about is Chucky tried to lay a hit with a shoulder. Don't know if that's the side that gave him the problems or not, but he very quickly went off the ice, did something, probably took some vitamin T, and then came back onto the ice. Looks pretty much the same as he did before, so I don't know what that was about. Maybe he had to take a leak. I don't know. Maybe he laid the hit and went to the locker room and it had nothing to do with it or not. Don't know. But like, Maurice said that the plan in the Stanley Cup Finals with his broken sternum was to get him 5 days of rest and send him out there in Game 7. So the fact that he's back out on the ice don't mean a whole lot. They could saw his arm off, and I'm pretty sure he'd go out there with one arm. Now, real quick, I have an announcement to make. I did not want to save this for the end of the video because I want the post game to be clean. I said this on the live stream. I'm going to say it here, and I'll address it again tomorrow morning. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of why currently right now. I'm not going to get into the details of why. But as of right now, it could change. It's possible it could change. It's possible it might not change. But as of right now, Stu will not be doing the reviews with me in the morning. So what I'm going to be doing moving forward is the reviews will be live at 8 o'clock in the morning, not just for the members, but they will be live for everybody. Then what I'm going to do is I will have a rotation of guests as people are available to come on. But at the same time, I'm going to post the link to the review so that you guys can come on and join me, just like we do with the Florida Panthers fans have their say videos. So that will be a work in progress, but I'm going to take a disappointing situation and turn it into a positive. So the name of the videos will be Florida Panthers Reviews with Jaws and You. So that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. Again, not going to get into the details of why right now in this moment. It's possible it could change. It's possible it won't change. But I just wanted everybody to know tomorrow morning when I go live at 8 o'clock, that's why. As for the rest of the things, Panthers, you know what to do. All right. Two beautiful, beautiful, absolutely lovely, delicious, sweet potato pie with Cool Whip points. Oh, I'm so sick. Oh. So I've been doing extra videos on the football channel, so I didn't have time to eat dinner before the game. So I ate a big steak and a salad during the second period intermission, and actually first period intermission. Then I had pumpkin or sweet potato pie and Cool Whip and during the second intermission and into the third period, and I am stuffed to the gills. So thank you, Panthers, for making this part of the video a lot easier on me. So we did. This was everything you needed this team to do, and like it or not, Panther fans, like it or not, this is the formula. We're going to get a goal from a random guy today. Congratulations, Ekblad got the first goal. So the formula is a goal from a random guy. Reinhart gets 2, and then Bob saves the game. Bubba, 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 Bubba. Now, I got to give Vasilevsky some credit, too. He made some ridiculous saves, okay? Bob made one obscene save on point where he was basically, he was butterflied, then he had to come back over, and he got it with his glove. And I believe, if memory serves me correct, I think we have a back-to-back. Bob deserves a night off after that one. But I have a feeling you're going to see Bob Friday and Stolarz Saturday, but we'll see how it goes. But Bubba did what we needed him to do, and this is it, right? So Barkov made a hell of a move, hits the post. Chucky is Chucky. I don't know when/if we're going to see last year's version of Kachuk. It's a lot of games for him to play looking like this to not think it's a residual effect from the injury. But whatever the thing, we're winning. We're getting 2 points and we're winning. I don't know if we can go on a cup run like we did last year if Kachuk's not himself. But if Reinhart's going to get 2 a game, you never know, right? What else do we see? Defensively, I thought Ekblad had a pretty decent game. He had a couple of moments there. It's never good if he's chasing. If something happens where Ekblad has to chase the guy, it's not good. But I'll give him credit on the save that Bob made because he was chasing. He did not catch his man, but he also didn't take a stupid penalty. He just let Bob do his job. Bob made the save, and so not going to complain about that. OEL looks good out there. Forsling has been playing better and better and better. Rodriguez looked pretty good tonight. Now, I know there's some Tampa Bay fans complaining about the officiating in the game. I'm not going to go either way on that. I guess there were some, you guys think that there were some calls that should have been called that weren't. But I think in the end, if you look at the power play disparity, it was probably even, or maybe Tampa Bay had one extra power play. I thought the game, of course, we win, right? So, of course, I feel like the game was well officiated. I'm usually pretty honest about that stuff. If I see something that we did that we got away with, I will usually say, I think we got away with something there. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I didn't see it. Of course, it was hard for me to see the game because it's pouring rain, so we had standard def tonight instead of high def. So I got a bit of an eye strain headache. But other than that, this was good. Apparently, Toronto had a 2-0 lead and they blew it. So we move up in the standings that way. We don't end up in overtime, so we don't give the Lightning any points. That's a good night. That's a good way to start the thing after the Christmas break. This is how we look tonight is pretty much how we were looking, playing pretty well until we hit that skid on the last West Coast Canadian road trip that we had where we did not look good. I have a feeling that at some point Maurice might be a little bit more honest about how many guys were sick during that trip because, that was the worst we have looked under Paul Maurice. That was even worse than we looked last year when we didn't look that good. So I have a feeling as time goes on, you'll hear about how many guys are sick. Kind of like in the finals when, in the first, when it was over and he gave his post game and he was basically like, so Ekblad and Montour are dead and this one and that one, and he just laid out all the injuries. So I think we're good to go again. And somebody had said in the comments of either the recap or the review, and what they said was that they had a feeling that they would look back on the season at Lomberg's knockout and say that was the turning point. And I said I agreed, and I kind of agree. We look way, way, way much more like ourselves tonight. I can't think anything to complain about. What's there to complain about? It's still Christmas, although it's raining, not snowing. I moved to Maryland for snow for the dog, and now it's raining. It's not right, okay? It's freaking 50 degrees in Maryland and raining a couple days after Christmas. That's not okay. All right. Good job, Panthers. Now we just got to get on a little bit of a, just keep moving. We've got some games here coming up that we need. The Rangers, that ain't going to be easy. Okay, and I believe it's Rangers Canadians. I haven't looked, but I'm trying to do it by memory. Don't overlook the Canadians. They are not a bad hockey team. Okay, so we got a work cut out for us. We're going to need Stolarz in one of those games to do what he's been doing. The only question is if Tkachuk, I'm sure somebody's going to ask why he went off the ice, and I'm sure he's just going to say, I was a stinger or something to that effect. He didn't look any different when he came back, but that's not necessarily a good thing because he's out there and he's kind of engaged and he's not hurting us on defense. But if he had played this way last year, it kind of would have been questionable on who won the trade. And I know that might seem like a hot take. I'm not discounting last year, and I certainly do not think that Calgary won the trade. But had Tkachuk came out last year and given this performance, there would be questions on who won the trade. But he didn't. He did what he did, and we went to the finals. And maybe he's just saving it all up for the last 30 games of the year in the playoffs. And then all of the concerns about whether or not it's his injury or not can just fritter away into the sunset. So, all right. That's good enough for tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow, 8 o'clock live. It will no longer be just exclusively for the members. It will be me. I might have Tom join me. I might have Nick join me. I don't want to put them on the hook for every single day because they work. They have different schedules. But they may be, some of the revolving guests may have some other people as people contact me if they're interested. I don't want to put anybody on the hook for every game. I'm on the hook for every game. My job, my channel, my responsibility. So that's how that's going to work. It'll be 8 o'clock in the mornings, the day after the games. And then I will put a pinned comment so that if you want to come on, if you feel comfortable with your Wi-Fi connection, all right? If you're not sure if you've got good enough Wi-Fi or you're driving, what I am going to be doing, this is probably going to take me a week or two to set up. But my intent is to organize a Discord server so that you guys can actually call in, and then maybe if you're just like driving or whatever, if you just want to come on and say a couple of words, you can call in. But that's going to take me give me a couple of weeks to get that set up because I'm an old man and technology is not my friend. So, all right, Panthers get a big fat 2 points. I'll see you in the morning.